You might think that handy egg caddy in your fridge door is the perfect spot for your eggs, but it's actually the worst place you could put them. It's a common mistake. After all, many fridges are designed with a special compartment right there, almost inviting you to use it. But don't be fooled by convenience. The truth is, storing eggs in the door exposes them to a host of problems that can affect their freshness, safety, and even the taste of your breakfast. Every time you open the fridge door, those eggs are hit with a blast of warm air from your kitchen. This causes the temperature around them to swing up and down, sometimes several times a day. These constant changes create the perfect environment for condensation to form on the eggshells. And where there's moisture, there's trouble. Because bacteria love damp surfaces. The fridge door is actually the warmest and most unstable part of your refrigerator. Unlike the main shelves, which stay consistently cold, the door's temperature can fluctuate wildly. Eggs need a steady, cold environment to stay fresh and safe to eat. When they're exposed to these ups and downs, their shelf life drops dramatically, and the risk of spoilage goes up. Think of eggs as delicate biological systems, not just simple food items. Their shells might seem tough, but they're actually porous, full of tiny holes that allow air and moisture to pass through. This means that when condensation forms, it can carry bacteria right through the shell and into the egg itself, putting your health at risk. Moisture on the shell acts like a highway for bacteria, making it much easier for germs to slip inside and contaminate the egg. This not only ruins the freshness, but can also make the eggs unsafe to eat. Even if you don't see any obvious signs, the quality of your eggs can be compromised without you knowing. The fridge door is really best reserved for items that can handle a little temperature fluctuation, like condiments, sauces, and drinks. These foods are much less sensitive to changes in temperature and won't spoil as quickly as eggs or dairy products. So, if you want your eggs to stay fresher for longer, move them to a colder, more stable spot, like the top or middle shelf of your fridge. Your omelets, cakes, and breakfasts will taste better, and you'll be keeping your family safer too. Remember, when it comes to eggs, a little extra care goes a long way. Eggs are marvels of nature, compact, nutrient-rich, and ingeniously designed for life. But if you look closely, you'll see that their shells are not solid barriers. Instead, they're covered in thousands of microscopic pores, each one invisible to the naked eye but crucial to the egg's function. These tiny openings allow the developing chick inside to breathe, exchanging gases with the outside world. But for us, these pores are a double-edged sword. Through these pores, air can enter the egg, which is essential for freshness. However, the same pathways that let in air also allow bacteria and strong odors from other foods to sneak inside. That's why eggs can sometimes take on the scent of onions, garlic, or even fish if stored nearby in your fridge. Nature has a solution. When a hen lays an egg, she coats it with a thin, invisible layer called the bloom or cuticle. This natural sealant helps block bacteria and moisture from entering the egg. But in the United States, commercial egg producers wash eggs to remove dirt and debris, which also strips away this protective bloom. Without it, eggs become more vulnerable, and that's why refrigeration is not just recommended. It's essential for safety. When eggs are stored in the fridge, especially near pungent foods like onions, cheese, or fish, their porous shells can absorb those strong smells. This is why your morning omelet might sometimes taste a little off if your eggs have been sitting next to last night's leftovers. Refrigeration does more than just keep eggs cool. The cold environment slows down the growth of bacteria, including dangerous ones like salmonella, and helps preserve the egg's quality. By keeping eggs at a consistent low temperature, you're not just extending their shelf life, you're also making them safer to eat. In fact, an egg left out at room temperature for just one day can lose more freshness and quality than an egg stored in the fridge for an entire week. The difference is dramatic. The whites become runnier, the yolks flatten, and the risk of spoilage increases rapidly. These guidelines aren't just old wives' tales, they're grounded in biology and food science. Experts and scientists have studied eggs for decades, uncovering the reasons behind proper storage and handling. The rules we follow today are based on real evidence, not just tradition. To keep your eggs at their best, always store them in their original carton, away from foods with strong odors, and place them in the coldest part of your refrigerator. The carton helps protect the eggs from absorbing smells and prevents moisture loss, keeping them fresher for longer. So, the next time you reach for an egg, remember, a little science goes a long way. By understanding how eggs work and how to store them, you're ensuring every meal is safe, delicious, and full of nature's brilliance. The best place for your eggs? Their original carton. The carton cushions each egg, preventing cracks that let in bacteria. It also displays vital info, pack date, sell-by date, and plan code, key for freshness and recall. The carton shields eggs Store eggs on a middle or back shelf, never in the door. This is the coldest, most stable part of your fridge. Keep eggs away from raw meats. Never store them below chicken or fish. Raw meat juices can contaminate the carton and eggs. Use a fridge thermometer to ensure temps stay at or below 40 degrees, 4.4 degrees. This protects all your perishables, not just eggs. Carton in, middle shelf, away from meat. That's the mantra. Small details make a big difference in kitchen safety. Store eggs pointy end down, wide end up. The air cell at the wide end cushions the yolk, keeping it centered and away from bacteria. This simple trick prolongs freshness and safety. Never wash eggs before storing. Commercial eggs are already washed, and extra moisture can dry bacteria inside. If dirty, wipe with a dry cloth or wash right before use. Most cartons are designed for pointy end down, but double check. Use the egg's anatomy to your advantage. Ignore these rules, and eggs spoil fast. Warmth and temperature swings make whites watery, yolks weak, and eggs unappetizing. Worse, bacteria like salmonella can multiply quickly at room temp or in the fridge door. Eggs left out absorb fridge odors and lose moisture, ruining taste. Cracked eggs are open doors for bacteria. Storing eggs below raw meat risks cross-contamination from drips. One mistake can taint your whole kitchen. Proper storage isn't just about eggs, it's about food safety for everything you eat. Don't risk it. Not sure if those eggs in your fridge are still safe to eat? Eggs are a staple in most kitchens, but their freshness can be tricky to judge just by looking at the carton date. Luckily, there are a few simple tests you can do at home to check if your eggs are still good, so you can avoid wasting food and keep your meals safe. The first and most popular method is the float test. Simply fill a bowl with cold water and gently place your eggs inside. Fresh eggs will sink to the bottom and lay flat on their sides, while eggs that are a bit older may stand upright. If an egg floats to the top, it's a clear sign that it's gone bad. This happens because, over time, air seeps into the egg, making it more buoyant. Next, try the smell test. Crack the egg into a clean, separate bowl before using it in your recipe. A fresh egg will have little to no odor, but a spoiled egg will give off a strong, unmistakably rotten smell. Trust your nose. If it smells off, it's best to toss it. Don't forget the visual check. Examine the shell for any cracks, slimy textures, or powdery spots. Cracks can let bacteria in, while sliminess or powdery residue could mean mold or bacterial growth. If you see anything unusual, it's safer not to use that egg. After cracking, take a close look at the egg's appearance. Fresh eggs have thick, slightly cloudy whites that hold their shape, and the yolks stand tall and round. Older eggs will have watery, runny whites and flatter yolks that break easily. This difference can affect how your recipes turn out, especially for dishes like poached or fried eggs. It's always a good idea to crack each egg into a separate bowl before adding it to your main ingredients. This way, if you come across a bad egg, you won't ruin your whole dish. Remember, your senses are your best tools. Look, smell, and even listen for any odd sounds when cracking. If anything seems off, it probably is. By combining these simple checks, the float test, smell test, visual inspection, and checking the texture after cracking, you can be confident in the eggs you use for your family's meals. And remember, when in doubt, it's always better to be safe and throw the questionable egg away. Food safety comes first. With these easy tests, you'll enjoy delicious, safe eggs every time, giving you peace of mind and tasty meals for everyone at your table. Let's make egg safety a habit with this quick checklist. Inspect eggs at the store. No cracks or leaks. Keep eggs in their original carton. Refrigerate promptly on a middle back shelf. Use a fridge thermometer. Keep it at or below 40 degrees, 4.4 degrees. Store eggs pointy end down. Keep eggs above raw meats to prevent drips. Don't wash before storing. Wipe if needed. Practice FIFO. Use older eggs first. These steps soon become second nature. Good habits keep your eggs and your kitchen safe. An egg is a promise of great food if you store it right. The science is simple. Carton, cold shelf, pointy end down, away from raw meat. These aren't chores. They're respect for your ingredients. Check your fridge now. Are your eggs in the right spot? Move them if needed, and teach your family the habit. A safe kitchen is a smart kitchen. Mastering egg storage means mastering food safety. Store wisely, cook confidently, and enjoy every bite.